about cars and things, about being a star and things. I thought that I would outgrow this feeling. It seems my dream won't go away, so it's more like...
Hello, welcome, Devil Sniper here, and today I'm bringing you episode number 15 of our career mode with Frankfurt. And as you will see, we have 7 games remaining, 7 games of destiny. 9 wins, 11 draws, 7 losses. We scored 30, conceded 23, which is way too much. We're currently on 38 points after 27 games. We're looking at Mönchengladbach, who are sitting on 42 points. So it's going to be tough. Whatever happens, it's going to be tough. The run-in is going to be... oh my days, it's going to be exciting. Out of those 7 games, I feel we might be able to get away with a draw here or there, but a loss. And I truly feel that we're not going to make that top 6. So it's imperative that we start off today with a fantastic win and we keep that momentum going. We've got to keep the momentum going. We've got to keep picking up 3 points. As I say, if we lose, I firmly believe we will be out of the running. So touch wood, fingers crossed, we can pick up the victory, the much needed 3 points to give the boys a big boost, because the second game in this episode is the Deutschland Polka, the German Cup semi-final against Bayern Munich. It doesn't get any easier. It really doesn't. It's unbelievable. But as you can see, we make a nice start to the game. It's Stefan with the ball over the top into Sherlock. Sherlock, unfortunately, he just has such a bad first touch and he wasn't able to get the ball out of his feet and stick it home. Just a bit of a heavy first touch, but it was a beautiful take out of the air, to be honest. And if he had space to run onto it, it would have been absolutely sensational. Nuremberg came at us, but they made it very easy for us. They're very static in their movement and it was very easy to defend with, but we pick it up with Jimenez. Jimenez into the box, tries the fake shot, unfortunately doesn't master it very well and it's easily dispensed, which was one of the issues we had. Now, Jimenez is going through a bit of a funny patch this moment in time. He's not 100% fit, and it's a bit of a worry as Sherlock puts in a beautiful ball, and unfortunately it just goes wide. But it was a nice piece of attacking play. We went in at half-time with a 0-0 scoreline. I've got to say, on the reflection, we just looked very nervous. We looked extremely nervous. We looked a little bit panicky. We looked like we didn't want to take that risk, and we've got to take that risk. It's one of those no-brainers. We've got to go for it. Absolutely got to go for it. Sonny picking up that ball in the centre of the park. He's played so well all season. Drifts the ball into Jimenez. Jimenez has the shot, and unfortunately it's an easy save for the Nuremberg keeper. He didn't get hold of it as he normally does, which would have been beautiful, but unfortunately he didn't. But the ball's fed out to the right-hand side where Sherlock is roaming around. He cuts into the box, looks to get to the byline, pulls the ball back, and it's Jimenez there to nod the ball home nonchalantly. Fantastic play by Stefan Sherlock. Beautiful ball back, and again, Jimenez just finds himself in space. He just pulls off 2 defenders, gives himself half a yard, and when you give Jimenez half a yard, he's going to damage you, and damage you badly. And as you can see, just inside that 6-yard box, perhaps the Nuremberg keeper's going to feel at fault for that goal. He should have come out and saved that, or collected the cross, but he didn't, especially in the 6-yard box. I find myself frustrated if we concede goals from crosses in the 6-yard box. But the game really wasn't exciting in any way, shape or form, but we did manage to pick up the 1-0 victory. And I think when you play bad and you still pick up the points, you can take a positive out of it. It's a sign of champions, even though we're not really in that sort of stage or even at that level at this moment in time. We're fighting for 6th place. We're fighting for Europe, and I feel a bad performance and a positive result is a positive performance at the end of the day. And you can see that's moved us up to 7th in that division. Mönchengladbach still 1 point ahead of us. We're now within proper shouting distance, and the next 6 games are going to be absolutely huge. Absolutely huge. But before we even consider the league, we've got the unbelievable game. It's a fairy tale game. I would have loved this to have been the final, but unfortunately it's not the final. It is the Deutschland Polka semi-final, the German Cup semi-final against Bayern Munich. What a game in prospect. As I say, if this was the final, what a fairy tale. What a dream. To meet them in the semi-final is just as fantastic. If we do win, we will take on Wolfsburg, one of my personal bogey teams. I never seem to get magnificent results against Wolfsburg. They're a team that really do cause me a lot of issues. And speaking of issues, we have Munich to get past, and it doesn't come any harder. It really doesn't. They're a solid side. You know, the difference between Munich and Dortmund for me in sort of career mode is Dortmund come at you at 100 miles an hour. They really do play high pressure, high tempo football. They shut you down. They play really, really attacking. Munich, on the other hand, they get hold of the ball and they don't give the ball back. It is really that simple. They do not like to give you the ball. They want it. It's theirs. End of story. And as you can see, they're going with a very powerful lineup. 4 at the back. They're putting Philip Lahm in the centre of midfield alongside Toni Kroos, and they're using Javier Martinez as the central defensive midfielder. So that's going to make it extremely difficult to break down because they're just 2 solid brick walls of players, and it is difficult to break them down. But Annunaki picking up that ball early doors, knocking a sensational ball through to Sharok. Sharok manages to get the ball away from Rafinha. He cuts back inside, goes for the cross to the back post. Unfortunately, it is cut out quite easily by Munich. I'm not sure if he should have had a shot there. I think it would have been a lot better if he'd gone for the shot, but that's the snap decision the lad has to make at the end of the day on the pitch, and who am I to criticise him? A beautiful ball over the top by Flume into Jimenez. Jimenez into the area, but again, Munich are just so good at the back. They cut it out with absolute ease. They read the situation before the situation has happened. Such is the quality of the players they have. Kroos knocks it out to that right-hand side to Muller. Muller swings the ball in, and a great header there by Mandzukic, but it was an easy save for our boy Trappy, who has been sensational all season, and I still firmly believe is the best goalkeeper in the Bundesliga, even though Manuel Neuer has pulled off some crazy saves. So at half-time in the German Cup, in the Deutschland Polka, it's a 0-0 scoreline. Both teams looked really well, they just sat back. Both teams, I mean, even Munich, they really didn't look to go for it. They didn't really look to have a proper crack. As you can see, they dominated possession. We both had a chance each, but they didn't look up for it, to be honest with you. Munich just didn't look up for it. They weren't coming at us with their normal pizzazz. You know, normally when you get into the last third, they knock the ball around a bit quicker and they have their opportunities. As we have a ball over the top into Jimenez, but again, the first touch just is not up to his natural standard. Such is the pressure and nerves of a German Cup semi-final, especially when you think it's his first season in Germany. It's absolutely sensational. Inui trying again, a nice ball into Jimenez. The ball's in the air. The header is just a little bit too powerful, and it flies over the bar, and it's an easy go for Manuel Neuer. But we made some changes. I felt the boys were looking a little bit tired, such as the fixture congestion, and I felt we needed to bring on some fresh legs. But as you can see, it all goes Pete Tong. Flume in the 76th minute makes a horror tackle and receives a red card. That is not what you need. Not only in a German Cup semi-final, but when you're playing against a side who keeps the ball for fun. Absolutely keeps the ball for fun. We've just made our job 100 times harder. But as you can see, we enter the 90th minute. We do, in fact, manage to hold on. It was ridiculous. I didn't actually have the ball for the remaining minutes of the game. Munich just knocked it around. And as I said at half-time, Munich didn't go for us. They didn't have that killer instinct. It was as if they were playing for the draw or treating it like a league game, like they needed a point or something. They just didn't have that killing touch, and that was, for me, that was fantastic. And same for the boys, you know, it was nice to see. Perhaps Munich are paying us a lot of respect, who knows? But as we start the first half of extra time, Munich are keeping the ball as normal for fun. Ribery in the centre of the park, using his ability, but his strength is so weak. We managed to pick up the ball. It's with Zaza. Zaza plays a nice ball over the top into Annunaki. Annunaki into the box, fires the shot in, but again Munich with a fantastically timed tackle there from Alaba manages to get the deflection and send it wide. The resulting corner came to nothing. The rest of the half came to nothing, and we strolled in after the first half of extra time with a 0-0 scoreline. Such as the games have been. As I say, you know, the first game against Munich we lost 1-0 in injury time. The second game we drew 1-1 with a last minute winner, and now we're in the German Cup. It's still 0-0. It's unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable to see these teams play together. But it's Bastian Obzipka with a beautiful ball over the top, but no one read his intentions. If Jimenez had been a bit sharper, perhaps we could have been on the end of that. Perhaps we could have got the goal that we needed, but in fact no. It's going to go down to the dreaded penalties. Penalties are not something that I like, not something that the boys really wanted, but it was just such a competitive game. But it was competitive, and it was just strange that Munich really just didn't go for us. They left it until extra time to start having a crack. Jimenez steps up. Ooh, the nerves have calmed. Jimenez gets us off to a fantastic start, a beautiful goal. Now it's the turn of Mandzukic against Trappy, and Trappy unfortunately is done by the little sudden step. I hate it when they do the stop-start. It's not one motion in my opinion, but Zaza stepping up, left foot, drives the ball home, sends Neuer the wrong way with a fantastic penalty. The lad's a little bit low on confidence, but he wouldn't believe it with that sort of penalty. Ribery steps up, does the little shimmy and sends it wide. Sends it wide, high, wide, and I'm sure the Munich fans would not think that was very handsome. Now it's the turn of Schwegs. Schwegs steps up, straight down the middle. Neuer is sent the wrong way yet again, and we are dawning on the prospect of going through to the German Cup final as Robben steps up and he fires it straight down the middle. Trappy sent the wrong way again, unfortunately, but Obzipka with a huge chance. Can Obzipka smash it home? No, straight down the middle. Neuer understands that we've been going down the middle a little bit too much, and it's an easy save. Pizarro for Munich. Will he miss? Will he score? Will Trappy save it? Oh, he's Pirlo'd me. Oh, my days. Oh, my days. What a fantastic, cool, calm and collected penalty in such a high-pressure moment of a German Cup semi-final. But that was a fantastic penalty by Frankfurt, and we pick it up with Alaba stepping up, firing it hard and low into the bottom corner. Trappy once again sent the wrong way. Trappy hasn't read the penalties very well today, but Jung stepping up, straight down that middle, very cool, calm and collected. I was a bit worried. Going down the middle, I thought Neuer might have it, but Rafinha for Munich against Trappy, 5-4 on penalties. Can he level it up? No, he can't. We're going to go to the German Cup final. Trappy didn't save a penalty, which really astounds me. 2 misses from Bayern Munich from Rafinha, and Frank Ribery has sent us through to the German Cup final. It was not one of the best games that I think we will ever play in the history, but it was the big game. It was the game that sent us through to the German Cup final, and that's all you can ask for. At the end of the day, if you don't play well and you win, what more do you want? So hopefully we can now go on to glory.
I used to dream about cars and things, about being a star.